It's marching by and hasn't seemed to notice you yet. Everyone needs to roll a stealth check.
I need a new dice. I start screaming and yelling in the panic. I rolled a 1. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You voluntarily is pointed out to you. Zoom runs over, kind of clasps his hand over your mouth, and looks.
No! I don't have any more dice.
You hear this as its eyes scan left, scan right. What did you say you rolled? 8? 8 total. I need you to roll initiative.
Can I speak crocodile and be like, wait, stop!
I need you to roll initiative.
4!
I don't want to.
Wait, you add the initiative to this? 6. So much better. Somebody curse these eyes. I watched that stupid fucking. Who was that? I watched that Will. We never said to our dice have been rolling shit.
Why did you do this to us?
I fucking knew that we shouldn't attack that stupid shit. We had Wyatt and Jacob with us.
We didn't have it.
Yeah, remember when we were leaving Wyatt and Jacob's winery? And it was crossing the road.
Oh,
and I stopped to look at it and I almost attacked it. And you were like, no, let's not do that.
That was different. No, you were the one who said not to attack.
No, you're the one that said not to. Because you were like, Jacob and Wyatt are going to run off. It's going to be us 3.
It was you.
It was not. It was not. I don't believe you.
Initiatives.
10.
6. We're all going to go
Maybe solo? Well, last time Zoom did, like, he didn't have any armor, and he died on the first time.
Did you see what I've been rolling? I'm going to die on the first time.
Why? But hey, we're a different level now. We're, like, 1 level higher. Wait! Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. It depends on the initiative.
Zoom.
One?
Zoom gets to go first. As he sees this happening, Talavin, he takes you and kind of shoves you off to the side, grabs his bow.
He has a bow and an arrow. No.
Come on, it's a weapon!
Fucking shit.
Ooh. That hits with a natural 17.
Yay!
So we need to get to 17 and higher. Oh no.
Ooh. You see him, he takes one quick look around, takes an arrow, knocks, aims. It rears back as it glanced past its eye, hitting it. You can see it kind of sticking out of part of the eyelid as it's looking around.
No!
Yikes.
And then, Nora, it's your turn. What do you do next?
How far away was it?
Yeah, how far away is it?
Curious.
It was about 60 feet at the time, and now it's approaching still.
Okay, so how close are we together?
You guys are kind of in a group really close.
I'm gonna use my sword. I'm gonna take my sword and stick it in the ground and have the spikes.
And is that a bonus action or an action?
Casting is...
Is that your action? And
I think you said
spike
it is an
growth?
action. I think that's what you said.
You didn't write it down.
LS cast spike growth. Longsword cast spike growth, 20-foot radius. 2d4 piercing damage per 5 feet. Speed is halved. It also kind of just trapped us in. But you know...
I mean, we can technically go around that and like
It's a circle.
stand out. Oh.
It's in a radius, and it's 20 feet around us.
So we're trapped.
We're trapped. But like,
How dense is the forest above us?
The range is 150 feet.
the range is 150 feet?
Yeah. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts with hard spikes and thorns and becomes difficult terrain.
So I can just
So
make
you
a
cast
wall?
it and you can shoot it out in that distance and have this thing go up.
Yes, can I do it underneath of it? So like the spikes will go through it? Oh, they're pretty big spikes.
Yeah, sure. You could probably do something like that. Although it would already be considered partway into the thing instead of crossing the full distance.
No. Well, if it casts anyway, it might try to just go around it or avoid it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it halfway.
Directly underneath? Okay.
Yeah, that way it'll like...
It has to make a perception check as you plunge your finger into the ground. What's this save? It's a wisdom.
Wisdom save?
What's your
Let's
spell
see.
save DC?
14.
Just barely fails. I need you to go ahead and roll damage.
Okay,
Which is a 2d4.
yes, it is a 2d4 per 5
And this is, and it casts one action. You plunge your sword into the
and
ground.
its speed is halved.
It is halved, as long as it's in that area.
3 and 2. So 5 and... yeah, 5 damage.
You watch as whenever she plunges her sword into the ground, there's this, and you watch almost as if there's something beneath the ground zigzagging through. And right as it's charging forward, 7 massive spikes erupt from the ground, jamming into its shoulder, its neck. It kind of gives this guttural hiss as it breaks the spikes. It is actually Tal'el's turn. And he looks at you, Talavin. Your sword!
Okay, well, yeah, I'll take out one of them.
And he's...
Actually, I'm gonna take out both of them. I'm gonna, put them together.
Okay, on your turn, you'll be able to do that, but he's holding his
Okay.
action to do something.
Okay, I'll take it out.
Alright, it's now its turn. It is still about 60 or so feet away whenever you cast that. Its speed is halved, so it only has 15 feet of movement as it...
And that's the damage.
And it's so he has for about 45 feet to you guys now.
Okay. And spikes are all the way up to us? Because it says 30 feet.
It's a
20 feet of
The ground, a 20-foot radius centered on a point. So actually,
Oh! So if it's going straight through, it could go like here and then here.
That's why I was asking where you were placing. You said like on it. So on one side it did that, moves forward, and so it spends its entire movement. You need to roll another 2d4.
Yay!
As it kind of claws through it, infuriated, it charges through the next area. Another 6.
Mm-hmm.
It spends the rest of its movement getting through the entire area. It is... it can't do anything else. It's fighting the spikes right now, about 45 feet away from you guys.
Okay. That's good. Whose turn is it?
It is Talavin's turn.
Alright, Madison, we're about to suffer through this together. I want to try to use my blood maledict, but I'm not totally, not super sure everything, what to do. Obviously, I don't need to heal anything, so I just need to be doing something, I guess, cursey-like.
Mm-hmm. So for you, your blood maledict, you chose the lightning one, right?
Yes. Rite of the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to invoke a rite by using your vitality. So as a bonus action, you take a single weapon and now you have this elemental energy.
Okay.
So as you take your sword and you snap them together, one blade electrifies and you can see bits of electricity searing off of it.
And then, let's see.
So that's your bonus action.
Okay. So it also means that my next attack has advantage, right? After this one? It says, so my blood curse of the marked, my bonus action deal right to target. And then it says amplify, next attack has advantage. Is what I have written down. So there's Himmelcraft saved, Blood Maledict, and then Rite of the Storm are the three things that I have written down under my attacks and spellcasting.
Yeah, so what blood curse are you in it?
Of the
It's
marked.
the marked. Yeah. Okay, so you'd have to use this as your next bonus action. Because you spent your first bonus action as as electrifying your sword.
Okay.
And now you have your action. Excellent.
Okay. Okay, when you activate a right, you lose a number of hit points. So how many hit points am I going to lose via this?
You roll a 1d4.
You lose hit points for
enacting a right, yeah, because I have to cut myself.
Oh.
No, this is only for whenever you do your blood curse.
That's what I want.
Oh.
You can't use two bonus actions. You either electrify your sword or you enact this blood curse.
Okay, so what does the blood curse do?
The blood curse is the one of the marked. Where, as a bonus action, you see a creature and you're like, I'm going to do extra damage to you, and then you...
That's what I wanted to do. Sorry. That's what I wanted to do.
It's 30 feet... It's more than 30 feet away.
Oh, it is? Okay, well then I guess
It's 45 feet away.
Not what I want to do. Damn, you slowed it down too much, Kinsey. I needed it to be closer. Okay, fine. Then I won't do that.
You won't be
Once
saying
it's
that.
here, it's not going to be as pretty of a sight.
Okay, I don't really have any long-range attacks. Well, yes, I do. I'll just use a spell. I'll do that. Eldritch Blast.
You raise your hand and this silvery blue arcane energy crackles in your palm as you thrust your fist forward. Roll see if you hit. It's a ranged spell attack. And you add your spell attack modifier.
What is that, the spell attack bonus? Is that what
Yeah.
that is?
18.
18 that hits, roll damage.
That's a 1d10, which is this.
Yes.
It's a 2.
2. Nice. As this energy comes rocketing off your palm, it lands right against the side of its cheek. You can see part of a tooth crack, even at this distance.
Don't crack those teeth, I want those!
I don't know if we'll be able to do that.
I will
this
get
time.
all of it.
It's back to Zoom's turn. He kind of looks again. He points almost like
I link with him.
you. It's not your turn.
Oh, damn. I can't link with you.
He just looks.
He's telling you to run.
To me?
He's asking.
Should all of us run? I'd be like, no, we don't want to leave that closer to their village.
Nods. Knocks another arrow. Aims. Natural 20.
Yes!
Get it in the eyeball!
Yes, don't
In
miss.
the eyeball!
Just doubled!
Takes it.
Oh, natural 20 is what?
You double the dice damage.
What? I didn't know that!
Yeah.
That's so crazy! I never done that before.
7, 5,
That's 12. That's 24.
12. No, that you
7,
double the
12.
dice. You double the dice damage.
Yeah.
So you
Oh, you roll it twice.
So
Oh.
it's 12.
Well, yeah.
Can I use my emotion? My hands
And then you add your. He takes another breath as he looks at you guys. He kind of gives a nod, raises the other arrow. He aims straight for the other one's eye as it lands. It hisses violently as you see in its other eye. It's looking around. It's not blinded, but it's going to have a hard time seeing going forward.
Okay, that's nice.
And he takes a second, and Tal'el looks back at you because you didn't do your action.
What do you mean?
He was trying to get your attention before, and he said your sword.
I did. I pulled it out and I thought it.
On your turn, you didn't say that you gave it to him.
I thought never mind. I guess I misunderstood that entire interaction then.
Yeah, you did it in the moment, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that it was already done, but then...
Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't give it to him. Like, that's what I said. I pulled it out and I thought I said I gave it to him, but...
It has
Okay.
to be on your
Well,
turn.
then I'll, give
It's
him...
on your turn. Nora, it's
yeah.
your turn. What do you do?
I'm going... How far away is it now?
It's still 45 feet. It hasn't been able to move any closer.
Let's see. I don't use my spells yet. Okay, I have a crossbow. I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow.
Shoot it with a crossbow.
I felt that even.
Okay, so that's a 24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
It's just a 1d8.
Pop, pop.
8 plus 4 is
Yes.
12. 12.
Oh, 12.
Yeah, because I rolled an 8 and it's plus 4.
He's looking hurt. He's looking pretty
This
hurt
one's
right
way
now.
easier than the last one.
Great, I'm just wasting this now. He's gonna be dead before I even get a turn.
Tal'el takes a second and goes, zoom your arrow.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Give it... I'll do that
Kind
then.
of looks over, and on his turn, as he'll do that, it's the crocodile's turn now. It is not sure where everyone is, so it's going to roll a perception check. Natural 20. It knows where he knows where the attacks are coming from. And it charges forward. However, he only has 30 feet of movement. He does scrape across the remainder.
But he's 15 feet.
He's 15 feet. As soon as he crosses this, go ahead and roll the extra spike damage.
4.
Would it be in
He's looking hurt.
too much movement to get to Warrior to get on? But there's probably not enough room to fly, right? Just asking. Like, is there room to fly?
You haven't been looking at that. You've been looking on the ground. You've been trying to figure out if there's anybody following you, if there's anything else. It's about 15 feet away now. Talavin, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay.
Now you can use your movement. You can use the 15 feet of your movement in order to run up and slice it if you want.
Okay.
And this is where you can enact your...
So can I be
curse.
doing both at the same time, though? The Rite of the Storm and...
No.
Okay, so then I've already
You
done...
essentially have to do 2 turns.
Okay, so I'm going to keep my Rite of the Storm since that's what's going on.
Oh, wait. Oh, so you elected to do the Rite of the Storm last time.
Yeah, that's what I sounds like.
Okay. I thought you backed
Well, no,
up.
I was confused,
Okay.
but then you said we'd already done that one, so I just kept that one. So I
Okay.
can't do 1 and 1 on each one? Like,
The,
I
the,
can't
the marked is just where you point at
So
the
can I
creature.
keep
You
the Rite of
keep
the
it,
Storm
yeah.
and do... Okay, I'll do that.
Essentially, you would need 2 turns in order to activate both because you don't have 2 bonus actions. So
Okay.
this works out.
Okay,
This works out fine.
so I'm going to nick myself to do the Blood Curse of the Marked.
Against the edge of your leg, you can cut the other blade, and as you feel the burn of the steel just kind of carving into your skin, you see a single drop fall off. And you can feel, as you watch the electric energy on this side, you can almost hear, yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, and then I want to run forward, and I want to try to, like, stab it. I mean, just kind of like, I don't have, like, a flurry of blows, so, like, I guess just kind of, like, with, like, the lightning side, like, dig it into, like, the underside of its neck, or, like, just, like, in the neck somewhere.
You run up along its side as its eyes still move with these massive toothpicks, looking wildly around as you run up charge, bend down, and with the electric side, you spin it in the air and thrust. Go ahead and roll to see if you hit him.
No. I electrocute myself to death. It's a 1.
That would have been so
You are the Will Wheaton now.
I accept my fate. I deserve it.
Well, no, because you amplified it, you get advantage.
If you roll a 1 again, I swear to God, I will throw you away, and I will never love you again. I will roll invisible dice the rest of the night.
Oh, I got the 19.
I'm intimidating!
That hits all damage.
Okay! What do I roll? He scared it into listening to me.
Okay, so you roll your lightning damage.
Which
you
is...
there's a lot of damage. Things
Okay,
going on.
so-
you have the blood curse at the marked, which is your hemocraft die. So you roll a d4. Roll the blade damage.
Which is a
What you're using your
2d4 is my 2-bladed scimitar.
Yep. So roll 2d4 for your blades
Okay.
and keep.
I roll it twice.
Yep.
Okay. 4 and a 2
Okay, so that's 6. Add your strength modifier,
plus
so that makes it 9.
3.
Okay.
Okay. And
Then
what
you add your curse of the marked, which is your hemocraft die, which is a d4.
Okay, so I roll this one again.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Okay. And then you add your electric damage, which for the
Look, I'm trying to kill him already. I don't want to get injured.
I think you're gonna get the final blow.
for the storm.
I don't know why I don't have.
Your right damage is lightning damage.
Yes.
And so your hemocraft die costs your vitality.
Is it, it might be-
Okay, so I think it is an additional d4.
Okay.
I think that's how it works.
So next is hemocrafts. Okay.
Hemocraft die.
Okay,
It's,
so now
it's your blood.
3.
How do you want to do this?
Yes!
You did it!
I'm going to, as I plunge it in, and the electricity's crying, I'm just going to, like, drag it down. Like, across its neck.
As its eyes are darting around, all of you are kind of bracing as this thing out of nowhere just started charging full on. And yet, as you take that moment, you spin your sword around and you're like, not today. As you dart forward, feet pounding, getting a little bit of mud across your wound, you feel it burning and you're like, yes. Spin it around. As it lunges one side, you dodge to the other. You thrust your scimitar into the edge, and you can watch there's a perfect nick in between two of the scales, and you thrust your dagger in between there. And there's a moment as you see the electric energy take seize of its entire body. As you break down, you watch gouts of blood begin pouring out of its neck. You leap back as you watch its collapses, eyes dull.
Oh, I totally saw that chibi form again. It's like dead, and we're like, yay!
See, you did good job. Good job.
Whew, glad you had advantage though.
That's why
Oh,
why
yeah.
you amplify it.
That would have been a yikes.
Now you dealt yourself damage, right?
Yes, I did a minus. I rolled a 2. No, I rolled a 4. It was a 4. It was a 4.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean you.
I was minus
you
4,
deal yourself
so
damage, but I'm sure. Yeah.
I am
Kind
at
of worth
35 hit points.
Ouch.
That's not bad.
Cool. Before it could even get to you, it lies dead 15 feet away.
Why was that other one so hard to kill?
You all didn't have your weapons. You had an already injured party member.
We're better at playing now, and we're at a higher level.
We're not stupid.
We're
And
smarter
you all
now.
tried to ambush a creature where you were like relatively close. This thing was farther away.
That's true.
Yeah, we all had a better chance as it charged you.
So I'm gonna turn to Talal and be like, so, how close are we now? 'Cause I see gold here. Just saying.
That's right, he didn't see us till the last one.
Thank God he didn't do CSGO, honestly. He probably wouldn't have asked for our help.
We're still. Okay.
Please don't be that far away.
Actually, he points, and actually, as he points, you all look, and one of the little arcane, there's a small carving on one of the trees.
Oh.
And he's like, that's probably why it was headed this way. They couldn't get through the barrier.
I thought you said small creatures.
Small creatures can usually pass through. It's larger ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It was rounding the corner. At least we know the barrier's working. Not necessarily the worst thing to
That's true. That's
find
true.
out. He just kind of sits. You can see he actually has another jar of that same black poison.
Damn, bro, he's had to fuck his whole life up. I'm so glad I got to him first. He was just gonna disintegrate that fool. I need that gold.
His pack. Just. That was rather brilliant.
Oh, that was invigorating.
Wait, is Tal'el with Zoom or with you?
He's with Zoom.
He's with Zoom.
Okay.
He
that's what I
leading
thought.
the way.
Gotcha.
Zoom is most familiar with traveling through swamps, and so it was kind of elected earlier on that
Somehow, for some reason, I thought he was with Talavin, but yeah, I knew this was the most of the time. Okay. I just kind of leaned up against the tree. I'm like, that one was much easier than the last one.
this one's a lot bigger than the last one too.
Damn, we were trash. I got fucked up by that one.
We all did.
You didn't. The fairies came out and just killed them.
Half of my damage. Half of
I
my
was at like 5 hit points.
I was at like 15. It's fine. Yeah, I feel like the whole party we're just.
The warrior looks over, and he only now just notices the crocodile.
He's like,
He didn't notice.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna give him a scratch and I'm gonna be like, that's a good boy.
He kind of looks at you and looks at his back with the already pieces on his back.
I'm like, are you sure you can't carry it? Not even my big strong baby. I know. We'll find something, another way. But I'm not leaving it.
Okay, well.
Leaving this giant muddy pit, okay?
We're in the middle of nowhere.
I don't care.
You have your bag of holding. It can hold up to 500 pounds, but it's not a refrigerator.
I don't want meat. I mean, we can get some bit, but like, look, I will stay here for as long as I have to. Y'all go get a cart or a couple carts and some horses. I'll give you all my gold. You didn't
You know, they're traveling a long way in the swamps.
It's okay. Alright, well,
this fucker.
with that excitement. Wait, do my spikes, are they still there? Or do I...
Yeah, they're still there.
If I take my sword out of the ground, does it...
No, they don't dissipate. You.
Okay. I'm gonna wipe it off on something. I guess maybe I have a wiping cloth or whatever.
Mhm.
I just
Naturally
clean it.
clean it, resheath your sword,
I'm gonna clean mine too.
and tell them you look left, look right. Nothing else. You also perceive nothing to your left, to your right. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I'd much rather come across a crocodile than someone else. It's like, well, this is a good sign, though. It means that the
Barrier's working. Good lord.
barriers are working. Well, good and bad. Kind of scoff like that.
We got the.
No, I was just making sure you were still in frame shifting. Tal'el actually, at this point, he looks and is like, are we continuing on? You've indicated that you want to stay.
How close are we to the first barrier?
You all are at the first barrier.
Yes.
Well, then don't me and Zoom stay here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
me,
was
Zoom,
fine.
and Warrior stay here.
Okay.
Yes, that
So I guess
That's
that's
cheating.
you and me to love.
Right. Alright.
Ready?
Sure. He
Alright.
transfers over onto your shoulder.
Yeah. I don't put my hood. Well, should I put my hood up? Yes, I'm gonna put my hood up. In case someone comes to follow us. They won't see you.
You go through that area.
Alright. I'm gonna tell them that I have a spell called Shatter, and that if something goes awry, I'm going to cast it, so keep your ears open. It might be faint.
Oh well. The two of you trek on forward as you begin harvesting and dissecting the creature before you.
You could use the stats from last time.
Huh?
You could just reuse your work from last time.
Well, I don't know how much I'm going to get. Right now I'm thinking teeth, claws.
Yeah.
And see what I can salvage from the skin.
Okay.
So how much bigger is this one? Can we get the numbers?
It's not twice as big, but it's probably it's at least as big as the last one. He looks a little bit heavier though, a little bit meatier.
How big was the last one?
He's like 15. No, what you all saw was like 15 foot long.
Yes, it was like 20
But
feet long.
Yeah, he was like 20 foot long. What you all
He
could
said he was
see
like 6 feet tall
Yeah.
and like 5 feet wide.
Mm.
So bigger than that?
Probably by a couple feet.
So like...
He's probably about 25 feet long.
25 feet.
And how
he's
wide?
Probably like 7 feet.
That's a big crocodile.
And about 8 feet tall?
Just about, yeah.
So while you're
If
doing your math,
if he lifted himself up, when he's
He'd probably
when
be
he's
tired.
when he's collapsed on the ground, he doesn't look as tall.
I mean, he's pretty tall either way. Only 5 foot, like 4, 7. Okay.
so we continue.
Yep, me and Zoom are gonna do this day.
Okay.
You two stay behind. We'll go ahead and work on. Actually, we'll go ahead and do your harvesting. Go ahead and do pelt or the top scales, bottom scales.
12.
Do
Do I add anything to these?
You add your nature.
15.
15. There are some areas that have been scraped up by the spikes, but you do manage to get, at least 3/4 of usable material from both top and bottom.
Where's eyes get big? Like, ooh.
He looks so sad.
I'm going to cut it up into strips so that I can fit it in my bag.
Okay.
So, but how many yards am I going to get? You already know all the questions, Madison. You know what I'm going to tell you.
Based on the measurements of this thing, your bag of holding will be bursting.
You do what you do. I'm going to sell it when I get back.
Just with the skin?
If you manage to collect everything, you will be able to hold absolutely nothing else.
Oh, so it's like 500 pounds by itself.
I'm trying to find my crocodile page.
It was a whole page.
It was.
I remember that.
It's a hefty
Wait, that was the first
body.
campaign too. Second?
It was like the second day.
Yeah, it was the
It was
second.
the second day.
Because we were in a different location.
I don't even remember how many yards it was. I don't remember how many yards you came. Did I write it down?
When you find those numbers, you can go ahead and calculate that. Go ahead and make another roll for the teeth.
They're broken.
9.
Okay, 9. Some of the teeth are already jagged and broken. It looks like it might have eaten something recently. There's like stuff in its teeth, and you just kind of look at it and you're like, I'm not going to mess with those. And you start pulling those teeth.
About how many? Are you going to tell me, or do you want me to
Probably about.
So there's 30 teeth, technically.
Probably about 15. Because between the Eldritch Blast and it kind of getting shocked, and then they just kind of ichor in some of the teeth.
Okay.
Because some of them don't look chipped, some of them don't look as good of quality.
So claws?
Yeah, claws.
6.
A lot of them are caked with mud, chipped, broken. I don't know. You probably end up with
20 total.
You end up with 6 good ones. And the rest of them just kind of look gnarled, or they're too long and brittle.
Okay. I'm not seeing that I wrote like a. Okay, hold on. So I sold 133 yards.
You had an entire page of math.
I did. So we had the top hide, and then we had belly scales were different.
Yeah.
So there was 150 rows of scales.
Yeah.
And there was 15 in each row.
Yeah.
And since this one's bigger, it would probably have like 180. 100 and almost 200 maybe.
I'll say 200.
200 rows of scales. 200 rows.
Warrior just looks so sad.
I'm carrying the pack, you big
Goof bean.
You goof bean.
And technically it would probably be 20 across instead of 15 since it's wider by a couple of feet. Okay, and then the hide. So I'm reading for this hide that this one was 133 plus 3, 136, and then 4 for Zoom. And then, so I'm going to say 145 yards of hide for the last one.
Yards? I thought it was...
That's what I had.
That's the. I think that was in total. And
that's
then it was
total. What we had.
For the top and the bottom, I think.
It just says hide because it says something completely different for belly scales. Like, I've written down 2,785 scales total. Belly scales is what I had. And then
Tears. What?
I had something completely different for the hide. Because that was just the top.
Tears that page.
I mean, I'd be fine with just like 140 yards.
140 yards? That's
what it says.
It's a thing that was for both top and bottom all the way around. And then it ended up being...
But we sold the scales individually.
Yeah, you divided them up into separate groups.
I don't think so.
I think... Because that's over, like, 800 feet, I think. Right hand, no.
But that's, like, the whole thing, like,
140
from there to there.
3. So, yeah, that would be, like, 520 feet. That thing is not quite that long. I think it's in total.
I think there was, like, supposed to be, like, cubic, though, or something. I don't remember.
I think in total, that's how many, like, of the entire hide, that's what you were able to gather up.
I'm gonna be eating crop without
forever.
I'm not taking a single bit of that. Well, I'm gonna take some of it, I guess.
Go ahead and cook it while you have time. I'm still.
I mean, there's at least 140 yards because that's plus what this is. So I have 133 written down, and then in parentheses 126. But I don't know what the difference of the two were.
I think it was in total, and then one was the top scales, and the other was the bottom scales.
So you're saying that there was 133 on the top, 126 on the bottom?
Probably.
Yards.
Not yards. No.
That's what I have written down.
I think it's... wait, is that divided by 3? So is it 480 feet, and then it translates to the yards?
I don't have anything written down in feet. I only have things written down in yards.
Roll to see how much you get.
Okay. 16.
16. You managed to get the majority of the hide. So, we measure, 20 feet, or 25. You probably wouldn't be able to get as much off of the tail, so... And you probably don't want to get any on the face because it's kind of chipped and scarred. Plus, there's damage on the side from some of the spikes on the underbelly. So, that would be...
So are we just doing top hide, or now you're doing scales?
You're doing both.
I can't roll for both.
You're doing top scales.
There's no scales on the top. There's no scales on the bottom.
I call them scales. It's armor plate on top.
It's just a hide.
There's probably roughly 160 square feet over the entire thing. Yeah, that's probably what the number is. By the time it's all the damage from that, you probably get 160 square feet of top.
That's a lot.
Just not as much as we got from the last one, though. 160. 3. I just guess it's less for me to carry.
Crocodile.
You look so sad.
I don't want to be a crocodile.
So then I guess we won't even go into scales then. Cause I'll just consider all of it the hide.
Okay.
Because I can feel like none of us are mathing correctly today.
It is kind of late.
It is a little bit late, but
The
it's not
ounce
that
is going.
let's see what else. What else can I get from her? I guess I'll
The eyes are damaged. You can't use those.
I don't want any of that. It doesn't really have
I
anything.
think
on
the
it
last
for a
thing would just
while.
be the meat. That would just be the last
You
thing.
could try and get some meat.
I don't think crocodile would taste that bad though.
I mean, it's not that it tastes bad. I just don't want to eat it. It's disgusting. It all eats all kind of vile things. Crocodiles are like little trash monsters. I guess I'll just like, I don't know, we ain't got no food, so I'll carve out like 30 pounds worth, and I'll start drying it out, and so each one of us three have like 10 pounds of disgusting crocodile meat. And then I'll like,
Judging by the emptiness of your stores, you might want more.
Okay, we did.
Well, I mean-
deer.
we probably ate it all by now. Is this what it is?
okay, then I'll do 20 pounds of each dried meat, and then I'll like save some that's like more like fresh, so that I can cook it tonight. So I mean, hold on, before I jump to too many conclusions, how much room do I have left in my bag? I'm now crippling.
Are you putting all of this other stuff once it's dried and everything into your bag?
The hide, the teeth, and the claws are going to be in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have, technically I
You put
have,
those into strips and
yeah, so they all
fit
fit.
them in there.
And then I technically have 5 little bunny rabbit furs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That wouldn't
technically,
take up too much.
I have those
Those
crystals in there, but they're like a little wrapped up. And I have a javelin spear, and I have 1 potion of healing, and I have I think that's all I have in there. That's all I've ever put in there.
You're probably about 50 pounds shy of.
Okay,
everything,
well then
because you
I'm
have
going
the
to
teeth and the
put.
claws and the. I mean, it's a hefty armor. I mean,
I'm gonna put an extra 30 pounds of dried meat in it as well.
okay.
So I'm,
you
like,
have
right
20
at,
pounds.
And then the dried meat that I'm gonna keep for myself, I'll put in the warrior saddle bag.
Good to know. Good to know.
And then, but I'll leave theirs. I'll put theirs in the saddle bag as well for now until I can give it to them. Well, to Nora, I guess I'll give Zoom his.
Zoom, at which point kind of points at the teeth and kind of points at the creature.
I can live with him now.
Okay. He's kind of gets this look and it's like it probably ate something recently. Do we want to?
Figure out what it was.
You get to gut another one.
No!
You are now the gutter.
I deserve this. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to cut it open to figure it out.
What can't Zoom do it? I'm not there.
He just wants to know essentially if that's something you all want to do.
DM, can I make an investigation check and see if I can tell from its teeth what it ate?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Okay. 17?
17. You take a look. Teeth kind of look ragged. Some of it is kind of chipped. You can see there are some other like scars and stuff on its kind of muzzle where it probably attacked something earlier, or it's probably survived for a while. You see a bit of cloth. It's tooth.
I'm going to cut it open. This is not what I had to do.
He helps you roll it over and carves. You've already kind of harvested the bottom scales, so it's simple enough to kind of carve into.
Why are things always eating other things?
And why am I the one that has to cut him out?
Carve down the center. And Zoom actually, he volunteers, and so he kind of goes over and kind of drags it out. Shanks, rips open. There's just kind of this foul stench that, and kind of using a nearby stick, he kind of prods through, and there is a bow.
You bitch. You did not.
I didn't say anything.
The only person I know that has a bow is HBO. Madison Thompson.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Oh God, no! Fucking no! Do I recognize this bow?
Investigation check. It's kind of weathered.
Oh
It's a 7.
7?
Technically, Zoom knows her better. Let him check it out. He's closer.
He kind of looks worried. He looks at the bow.
No! How big is this stomach?
It's decent size.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna start using my knife. I'm gonna cut it open so I can see what the fuck is in here.
You see,
What is it?
You see miscellaneous clothes. There's
no.
you can't.
Is it the body or not?
There. It looks like there was a body. In there at some point.
So this is your fault. You were the one that wanted to go. No! I blame you.
You can make more investigation checks if you want. Like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for?
What the fuck do I look for? There's not a body.
A lot of it's just kind of.
But if it ate something recently.
It couldn't have been that recently if it's that dissolved.
What are you investigating for?
We killed it. Ha.
It already ate her. Do I recognize anything that it ate? Do I recognize the cloak that it might have been wearing? Do I recognize if there's any other clothes in there? I don't know. Is there like a non-melted elf ear in there? I don't know. Anything that I could possibly recognize. I rolled a 23. You're going to tell me what I need to know. Just go ahead and break the news.
Upon double looking at the bow, it does look familiar. You look at the cloak, it does look familiar, but you look at the color of the hair, that's just kind of this mass sludge, it's not the same.
Look, what color is the hair?
It's kind of this weird brown, black.
Well, is it Wyatt? Were they all traveling together to come and find us, and then Wyatt got 8?
It's long hair. It's long hair, long string hair.
So it's not each one. It was somebody though.
Man, how the fuck are we gonna find out who?
This campaign is just gonna be us killing giant crocodiles because these things are evil.
Just like one, and we're gonna have to get a cart, and we gotta get more horses, because I'm sick of my horse carrying around everybody's shit.
You keep saying that, but we haven't got any horses.
That's because we keep going around in the woods! There's no towns!
Yeah.
We need to stay on the main path. Okay, this is the last fairy village we are fucking going to.
No.
I am sick of being in the woods.
It wasn't Adriana. I don't feel as guilty, please. I was almost maybe nothing to cover.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so, I don't know, intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I recognize this shit from?
It looks familiar because it was Adriel's.
Maybe it was a bad dude.
Maybe somebody took her shit.
Oh no.
Okay, well, how do I
Seems
find
like a
out? I don't know what to do now.
It seems like a reasonable conclusion.
So
Maybe
she
possibly,
got robbed
yeah.
because she was on the road by herself because we told her to be somewhere and then we weren't there.
No, that's what she said. She said she was gonna do something.
Yeah, because we couldn't wait for her.
We couldn't.
So I don't recognize this hair from anywhere.
No, it's... No, you don't recognize the hair, you don't recognize...
Do I find any gold?
You do find a coin pouch.
Alright, tell me how much.
There are only 23 gold pieces. Some of them are just kind of starting to kind of corrode, and you kind of have to sort of smear them off in the mud.
Money is money.
Money is money.
23 usable gold pieces.
Alright, how do you split
Did you make a note of the 50 platinum and 150
Yes, I
gold
did.
from yesterday? Did you put it in your...
Yeah, I put it in mine. We can share it though.
Okay, yeah. I was just wondering if...
I mean, I'm really not going to share it because I killed them all. But I might share it a little
No, it's
bit.
okay. I was wondering...
I'm thinking about it still,
I'll
okay?
put sure you read it.
I might just give this gold to you all since technically I have some. now.
Laura. You're walking
Am I
along.
gonna come across any crocodiles?
Nora, I'm going to give you 10 of this gold. I'm going to give Zoom 10 and then I'm going to keep 3. That's what I do.
You're walking along, and you get to a certain point. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's just like my dreams. Okay. 16.
16. You take a second and you kind of get to this point and your head kind of hurts a little bit and you're like, did I remember all of my weapons? Maybe I should go back. No.
No, it's the trick.
No, it's the trick. And you see, Tal'el looks like he was getting ready to say something and he's like, okay, you are with me.
I think so.
You press through the barrier and keep walking. Make a perception check.
I was about to make a perception check. 14.
14. Looking, glancing about, you're kind of feeling a little bit reassured in some strange way that if the barriers are meant to keep entities out and they are still up, that it must mean something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You press on, you look to your left, look to your right. You don't see any small animals, you don't see any crocodiles. You don't really see anything. And you, for about a quarter of a mile or so, and then you hear him say, stop.
Stop.
He points. And there's another arcane sigil where he points.
Nod.
We didn't really discuss if we were going to try and trigger this and get someone to come, or if we were going to try and find a patrol, potentially.
Is this the fire blast?
As far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm. Does it activate only to live movement, or can I throw some sticks or something?
I don't know. No, I don't know how it works necessarily. I just know it's meant to work, and I know it does.
Okay.
Live movement versus. It seems like if something were to try to pass through it, that it would trigger.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a stick or something, a rock, and I'm gonna throw it in the area. I'm gonna step back just a little bit, or whenever I throw it, I'm gonna
How
retreat.
far away?
Well, let's see, cause I'm right on the sigil, right? Maybe 7 or 10 feet or so. I'm gonna throw and just
about 2 feet. You throw it and you cast it and you jump.
Oh no.
Be careful that you're not covering up the fiery part of it.
Oh, we have a heater. I'm probably gonna jinx it, but it's nice that the loud
Literally
heater
last
has
time you
not.
said that. It did it.
Yeah, it did. But it hasn't done it yet.
Okay, you take it and you take off running. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 18.
18. Your feet don't catch on anything. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw as you take off.
20!
Natural
20!
You find a tree and you grab it and you kind of whip around to the side. You kind of hear Tal'el as he's like grabbing onto your hood to make sure he isn't flown off. And at that point, you hear.
Oh! Okay, good. So it wasn't for nothing. I didn't waste my 20s, basically.
And you wait there for a sec. Peer around the edge, and you can see there are several small trees that are on fire. There's a 20-foot radius from that point.
I'm glad I rolled high. I only went 10 feet.
You look, and you're like, if I were any closer, I wouldn't have made it.
Oh.
That certainly probably got their attention. Nothing else. Alright, perhaps it would be better if you sat on the ground.
Alright.
If it looks like you're trying to hide, it might be worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit in the open. So I go out, like, maybe on the edge of the flames, or if things just, I don't know, just...
I'm gonna sit nearby.
I pull, let's see, I'm gonna make a perception check
Okay, make a perception
to
check.
make sure there's no creepers around. 18 plus 22.
22 for your perception.
Mhm.
Okay. You're sitting there, you're thinking and focusing.
Making sure no one's following me, really.
Look, nothing
Okay.
seems to be
Then
following
I'm
behind
gonna take
you.
my hood down to make sure they can see Talal.
You take your hood down, pull your hair over to one side, and at that point you do see 4 quick beyond the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
There's another second.
Mhm.
You can see another
I gotta say that.
quick
I'm
quick
gonna-
wisps until there's right next to the barrier. You can see part of the bark actually presses out. As you saw all of these places kind of converge in one spot. You see it press open and look out.
Mm-hmm. Hello. We mean you no harm. Oh man. No, please don't go. We just want to talk.
Tal'el at this point kind of taps you and is like, can you get me up there?
Yes. How high is it?
It's probably about 6 feet.
Oh, okay, so I can just
6
like.
feet high. Yeah.
Okay, I knew that.
Yeah, you go over and he's like, perhaps if I stay on the back of your head, it will be less intimidating.
Back of my head?
Makes it look like you're not trying to grab.
Oh, that's smart. I do.
Speaking from experience. you raise it up. You hear him, he's now speaking in Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he takes a second, kind of calms himself. Like, it's alright. My name is Tal'el. You should know me. Master Poisoner of the southern region. Like, we've come to speak with you. We have urgent matters to discuss. There's a second, there's a pause, and kind of steps back and gives a little shrug. You see the bark kind of push open, slightly. And you hear another voice, masculine, from what you can tell. Kind of in a hushed-ish tone. You can't see anything from where you currently are, but you kind of hear these elements of Sylvan being spoken, which is, Like, are you alright? Like, do we need to grab you and bring you back? And he says yes. He says, no, this is a companion, a friend. And there's kind of another pause and like, what do you want? And he tells, we have urgent matters to address to the council. Tell me, do you know of, there's a southern region, a southern village that was attacked. Do you know if the sigil is led here? And there's another pause. And it kind of opens a little bit further. And you see someone reach out and kind of grab his hand. He kind of resists for a second. He's like, I'll be right back.
I nod. My hand was getting numb anyway.
And they pull him inside. And they shut it.
Right.
About 10 minutes go by.
Can I talk to the tree and be like, what are they talking about? Hey, tree, what are they talking about?
That's fucking savage.
Oh, wow.
Please, yes. Go ahead, DM.
Oh,
You weren't ready for this.
That was not what I was expecting.
You weren't ready for this. Yes, Kinsey,
There's
yes.
nothing to hide.
You're funny. Push it in my hand.
Wow, can you understand what they're saying?
A little. Who are you?
Oh,
Maybe you could seal up some of these holes. They tickle something awful in my brain.
oh my. Well, I'm sorry that didn't. Do they hurt?
No.
I love talking to trees.
You need to get this thing to focus, Mackenzie. Cut it out. Focus.
How soon after do you cast, or do you start doing this?
Like immediately.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like, I want to like, not squat at the bottom of the tree, just kind of like
Crouch?
sit down
Or is
and. Yeah, I'll crouch. I'll crouch next to it. Just kind of pretend like I'm balancing against the tree. Wait, I don't have to touch it to talk to it.
No.
Nah, I'll just sit down next to the tree. I'm talking to the tree. And I cast it like immediately after.
Okay.
Well, what are the voices saying?
So many quick little words. So many things to say. There's confusion. They don't like how tall you are. Lots of that. I'm wondering about your pointy ears, among other things. I hope this isn't rude.
Oh no, it's fine.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. One is talking to the other, wondering what happened to his bag. Do you know anything about that?
I do. Can I tell you later?
Sure.
Can you keep telling me what they're saying?
He's trying to convince them the one that you dropped off. There's a little bit of shoving going on. Oh. A friend came to the rescue. How that's nice. I used to have a few friends. They got died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I am literally taking psychic damage from this. That is 10 points.
There seems like there might be a meeting. They're opening my bark. As you see the door. The
A natural 20. I'm now officially dead.
You see the small bark door, open. You see Tal'el lean out. Nora,
Yes.
we have tentative passage. We'll need to get the others.
Would you like me to go back and get them? Or will you come with me?
I'd rather come with.
Alright.
Yes, he kind of looks and he's like, it's alright. And like, everything really is fine. He's saying this in Sylvan. You see a few, like, as he leans out, you see a few other hands kind of pull him back, and you see, kind of in a hush whisper, and like, you can kind of see, basically, translates to, are you out of your mind? You're going to go back with the giants? And he's like, yes, I am. I owe them much more Then my allegiance.
I pull my head back up.
He steps in and like, we'll be back promptly. Lower.
And before I go, I'm gonna be like, he just lost part of his wing. Like, I'm saying it to the tree, because I promised him I would tell him later. I'm like, he just lost part of his wing and he's sad about it. Thank you for helping me, and I'm sorry that they're in your head.
Hello, me. He's probably going to be alright. I found you don't actually need to fly to go and see places. You can just listen to all the stories.
I will never be revived.
That is very nice. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Absolutely. I'm going to do anything about telling him not to open my bark.
I don't think I can. I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
Well, maybe we could try being friends with them.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All attempts to save me have now failed.
You got to know what happened.
As Talavin managed to get a tentative meeting. They have not heard of the attacks. They're highly suspicious, especially when I brought up the fact that we might have other individuals who will be coming with us. They said they were going to temporarily take down the barrier, but we have to hurry. We have to go get the others.
Right. I kind of brisk jog back since I know the way now.
Jog back. Being perceptive, your passive perception is picking up everything as you're glancing
High passive perception now.
left, right, center, everywhere. After about 15 minutes or so of you kind of lightly jogging, bouncing from place to place, you come back and you find Zoom and Talavin both staring at this carved open crocodile.
What did you do?
It ate something, and it. I think it's Adriel, but I don't think it's Adriel. It's her cloak and it's her bow, but it's not her hair. I think she got robbed.
Just and Tal'el sees this whole scene, and you can just you feel him freeze and kind of slink down onto your shoulder, and he's kind of hiding his face.
Aww. Right.
He's shaking.
Damn, I shouldn't have said that like that. Damn. Oh well. I'm just gonna be like, there's nothing we can do right now. We'll have to look for her later. What's the word?
Oh, we have temporary passage.
Okay, I'm gonna press the digitation. Me and
Yeah, y'all look a little
Yes.
messy as you big makeup powder comes through, and you all once again look clean. You gather up what materials you can and leave the carcass elsewhere.
Okay.
And you all head into the main area.
Mm-hmm.
You pass through the first barrier, meant to keep out the animals. You pass the second, and you wait for that moment where you started feeling like you were confused or you needed to go back and get something, but you managed to resist. There's nothing there. And you head back to the last area until after a few minutes he regains his composure. He still looks a little bit pale.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was like 2
points
days ago, 3 days ago.
points at the sigil, and then he's like, I told him I'd be back when I had the rest.
Okay, so I'll go back up to the
Pause.
tree.
You will arrive at the final checkpoint, the final set of sigils, barriers. And Talavin steps out once again. He kind of seems a little bit pale, still a little bit shaky, but he's trying to focus in this moment. He knows that this is important.
Gain some color, they're gonna think we're trying to trick them.
I don't say that out loud. I'm like thinking that. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. I mean, he walked up on a very, very interesting scene, and so it only took you all sped it up on the way in, knowing that you didn't necessarily have to be as careful. So within 15, 20-ish minutes. And so I'm gonna go back out and place your hand up there, and he taps loudly. And first there's no response, and then again the bark. opens up and a couple hands kind of hurriedly like seize him and pull him inside and you watch it shut again.
Hello again.
Ah.
Are the voices still there?
I think so.
Can you tell me what they're saying again? Do you mind?
There. And you all were watching as Nora kind of goes up and just kind of starts swaying.
I'm gonna link with Zoom and be like, this is definitely like a psychic break for her.
I've never seen anything like this before.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him again and be like, it's a warlock thing. It's gotta be.
It's an interesting thing.
They're a little nervous about the green one. What is he?
He's an orc. Half orc.
Oh, that's why they're worried. Oh.
It seems like they're going to go through with the meeting. They're still not sure about you guys. You're going to have to set things up. And you better hope you look opening my bar. And see, Tal'el kind of step out again. He kind of give
Are you good?
Hopefully.
Come on in, Marco.
This little jump on, you can hear in Sylvan a few very choice utterances, which simply allude to he's crazy. He's like absolutely insane. He's been sniffing too much of his own chemicals, and
Are they saying
It
it
hurts.
loud?
it's a quick hiss.
Okay.
It's a quick hiss, and you barely catch it as they're closing the bar door.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next, what's the plan? I put the back on.
They're
I'm
not.
gonna walk up a little closer.
They're still not quite sure about the entire situation. It's not like I have proof other than what I know, my own story, and some other
There's
evidence.
no way to like take pictures.
What's a picture? It's like a portrait.
Yeah, kinda.
We don't have any sketch artists here. They are trying to arrange something so that everyone comes here, or at least just past the barrier, so that you are not led directly into the village.
That's fine. So
I
just
tried
wait.
telling them that they aren't inclined to believe me.
I don't blame them.
That's right.
And so we just wait.
Yes, they'll come to get us. Right.
I'll stay linked with Zoom just in case they come out and they try to say something to him because he can't.